additions, and that is in a way the beauty of getting into the futures and options segment. You can people just get the opportunity of not having to put up very much money and being able to kind of take a view, right? An outsized position relative to the amount of money that they put up with the broker. So generally speaking, the F&O additions are doing very well. I mean, if you could put up Equitas, for example, it's up 4%. Ujjivan, I saw in the morning, was up 4%. It's come off quite a bit. So Capital First is another one. So the financials, the private financial names are all jumping higher. The one which is not jumping is Infibeam, right? We don't discuss, it doesn't get discussed all that often. Not in terms of fundamentals or in terms of price history. It doesn't have, it's got about a 10, 11-month odd price history. But that also came to the market today. If you can have the intraday up, please. By the way, between the cash and the futures market, there is a huge difference. I think there's a 40, 50 odd rupee difference between where the cash price is trading. That is the cash price. And if you put the F&O, the April contract up on the screen as well, that's at close to about 1,010, 1,020 or so. So there's a large difference, first of all. Now, let's just talk a little bit about what the company, not exactly about the fundamentals of the company, but just in terms of what the history is. Very quickly, the market-wide position limit on the stock. By the way, the lot size is 400. The market-wide position limit is about 21 lakh shares or so. In terms of shares, it's about 21. Before I came in, I looked at the market, the outstanding position. It's about 5-6 odd lakh shares right now. So there is still some room to go. It came to the market in April 2016, so about 11 odd months back. Kotak was the banker. If you can change the graphics, Kotak was the banker to the IPO. What happened was quite surprising. You don't see it very often. Kotak actually pulled out. For investment bankers to refuse business is kind of unusual, but they did. They said, well, we don't want to do the issue, and they pulled out. So the buzz back then about why the reason behind the pullout was that there were valuation differences between the company in terms of what they wanted to price the stock at and what Kotak was comfortable with. So that was, the official reason which was given for this. I think there was also some talk back then in terms of, there were questions asked, why does the company really need to raise money? Where will that money which is raised really go? So I think that was the other point which came in. Well, the stock came to the market at about 440 or so. The opening price was about 440 back in April of 2016, and it went up, 3 times to about 1,450 odd rupees. So it's had a spectacular run. Only, I think it's had one losing month, and this month is the second losing month since its listing. So it's had a phenomenal run. It has no real meaningful institutional investors in the company. None of this is essentially a comment on the fundamentals or the business model or any of that, but I just want to kind of revisit the history and the background because, it's a relatively recent entrant into the markets itself, and now it's part of the future segment. So I thought it would be interesting to kind of revisit some of those points, really. So that is the stock, the only big loser which in the futures and options segment. Otherwise, all the other entrants are doing just fine.
Yes, absolutely. The 6 finance